My name is Ricardo, third grade teacher at EDU Elementary School. I'm here to present to my third grade level about student engagement by using Plickers. I teach two reading classes with small group instruction, and both classes include ELL students, and there are no special ed students within the classroom. Okay, now the theme for this school year was student engagement, and my goal was to increase student engagement through instructional time for the week. And you know how it is to have to make sure to have everybody totally engaged during reading class. Okay? And my goal for this year was to incorporate more technology within the classroom. And my wonderings for was I wanted to see what impact the Plickers will have on formative assessments in the classroom, and will the impact of Plickers improve my teaching instruction, and want to know how will the students will react to Plickers, and how will I be able to accommodate Plickers with that. First of all, the idea was to set up my research. I wanted to start off with exit steps first, and you want to use exit steps to make sure that the students are hitting their targets. And one of the things that I found was maybe about half, 40, 50% when I was doing extra steps were getting the target. And so I started to use Plickers to increase their engagement. And I wanted to see what their results would be when I use Plickers whenever I gave an assessment, to see if the assessment was improved. And I know during the exit steps, some students were not engaged, and during the exit steps, some students were asking multiple times, what's the question, what's the question, what's the question, and I was also finding it time consuming. Once they read their answers, gathering that information, looking through it, and making sure who hit the target, who didn't hit the target, and it was time consuming because I couldn't give immediate feedback. So what I want to do is make sure I have immediate feedback, and I go straight to my small group instruction. Okay, like I said before, 47% of students correctly hit the learning targets for telling what the character thinks in the story, and then about 62% of students correctly hit the learning target for telling the main idea of the story. That's during the exercise. Then when I started using Plickers, it helps students to stay engaged during the whole group instruction. All the students participated, and the students liked the new technology and the formative assessment quick-based, which means I got immediate feedback from the use of Plickers. And so after that, after we used Plickers, I could see and graph the information about who got the answer correctly, who got the answer wrong, and why they picked the wrong answer. And those students who picked the wrong answer, I would immediately go to small group instruction. And then after I started using Plickers, and 73 of the students hit that same learning target that we talked about before, about point of view, and then 100 students hit that learning target again after that. And the positive effects of using Plickers, all the students enjoyed it. I surveyed the students. They had 4 questions for their survey. Most of the students liked it. When I said that we were using Plickers for that day, they were excited about it. They wanted to use it all the time. They were totally engaged. It was fast-paced. There was no embarrassment from answers. No one know who answered what, because I only knew that from my phone when I read and scanned the answers from my phone. And I also saw an increase in the reading scores from the use of Plickers. And some of the negatives, when I first started using Plickers, some of the students started running out of answers, when they first saw the question and the answers on the board. And sometimes, for me, it's a work in progress as far as uploading the questions, on the computers. So it's a work in progress. Okay. All right. And concluding thoughts, I know that technology keeps students engaged. Plickers also increased their engagement. All the students participated, and it could be used effectively in whole group lessons, and the students get excited when Plickers are used in whole group lessons. And some of my questions that I want to find out is what would be the impact of Plickers if I want to use that in small group instruction. So, and that's basically my research. Is there any questions? Yes.
So is this Plickers, do you go online? Is there a website you can go to?
It's a website that you go to, and once you get in, you put in your information, and once you get in, you'll be able to load those questions up, and you put your answers in there, you click the correct answers, and once you have your questions in there, you can go to live view so you'll be able to see it on screen, and once you go through the process of students answering the questions, I can take those same questions and I can keep those questions in the file, and I can get immediate feedback as my assessments, and then I can just keep that those questions for my assessments, and I can use the same questions for both of my classes and so. And they basically would just hold the card up, and on the card there's A, B, C, and D around there on the card, and they just look and just hold up the card towards the answer, and I just take my phone or my iPad and I just scan it, and it lets me know who got the question right. It lights up green, it lets me know who got the question wrong. It lights up red, and all the students enjoy it. Is there any other questions? Yes.
Is there a cost for the website, for access to the website?
It's free. The website is free. It's free. It's free. And I can keep those questions for later use if I want to in my next class, next school year. I can keep those same questions, and I can upload it for my whole group reading lessons. Any other questions? Thank you for all participating, and thank you for attending. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.